life is so much a beautiful thing. By our normal way of thinking, we can't actually get to the point of digesting or understanding its concept. God intentionally made it so. There is this musician who composed a song, a portion of it which says that God has actually hidden certain things from us that will take He Himself having to reveal those things, breaking them down one after the other to get us being able to understand them. Until then, we can't, by our own efforts, get to understand those things. And life is one of such things. Human beings naturally, each person has his or her likes and dislikes. We have what we cherish, we have what we don't actually cherish. In God's own design, men have what they cherish and they have what they don't cherish. In every relationship, you tend to have the woman expressing what she loves about a man, and the man also expressing what he likes about a woman. God designed in such a way that these things are natural happenings. We can't alter them in any way. The only thing that can, or there are several other factors that can also, in the process of time, cause changes to some of these happenings, so that their natural forms are altered, and made to become man-made, more or less. Men or husbands in general have what they cherish. Now, let me quickly share this with you. There's this story about a couple, a man and his wife, who enjoyed their marriage from day one of being joined together as husband and wife at the altar. When they came home, the experience was very beautiful. The man was gainfully employed. He was really earning so much. The woman also had a business she was running. It was actually the man who helped her to establish herself. And in the course of time, things were really okay. Children at the time were not in the marriage, but gradually as they journeyed on, they gave birth to one child, they gave birth to two children, and a third. So they had three children. But after some years of both of them living together, the man was hit hard with having to be laid off from work due to some challenges the company he was working for was facing. So it wasn't actually that he was unqualified or he had done something wrong, but for that period, considering that there was the need for some of the workers belonging to that particular company to be laid off, he was affected. The woman's business continued. She was still in the business. The man decided to be helping her. But there was a sudden change in behavior concerning the woman towards her husband after he lost his job. Before then, there was so much respect, there was so much love for the man, there was so much engagement. At any point in time when the woman needed any form of advice or had something bothering her mind, she would quickly run to her husband and discuss the particular issue with him, and also try to find out what her husband had to say about the issue. But after the man lost his job, or after that sudden change occurred in the man's life, those things began reducing. The woman was not doing them anymore. Cooking, unlike before, it was actually optional. She would cook whenever she felt she had to. But the man was so much down to earth. He felt that, after all, why do I have to not help my wife? I am at home now. I am helping her in her business. So cooking should still not be her sole responsibility. Once I'm home, I'll do that to support cleaning up the house, sweeping around. I'll do all these to help. But the woman rather didn't see what the man was doing as some effort on her side was trying to put into the process to make things continue to remain normal or assume a normal shape. So she was not actually according her husband the respect she used to accord him. In fact, a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed. But the man tried all he could to keep himself together and not let what he was observing to affect him so much for him to begin acting strangely. He kept his cool. But one particular thing, or there are a few things I quickly want us to discuss. And these are 5 very much important things that every husband cherishes in marriage and generally in life. But especially, we are limiting into relationships in marriage. 5 very unique things every man cherishes. Now, the first thing is respect. In God's own plan, He mentioned that the man is the head of the home. So, by arrangement, he is the leader of the home, he's the one in charge. And the woman is actually, so in a business setting or in a corporate world, would say that the woman is the man's subordinate. So, she will have to assist the man to run all the affairs of the home. Men have a lot of ego by nature, and that comes with respect in higher demand. When a man is respected, or when, let's say, a woman accords a man all the respect he deserves, or the respect that is required to actually be offered him, the response is usually one full of love. That man expresses a lot of love for you, the woman. You know, it makes the man have the feeling that, yes, I have that utmost responsibility to ensure that you, my wife, are protected and are provided for, and also made to feel very special, very unique. Now, when this respect is misplaced or gets missing in your relationship with a man, you tend to lose most of these things. It will actually take a man who feels, let me not focus my mind on my wife not respecting me, but just continue to do what I know is appropriate to do. It will take such a man. But men who really would want to handle things the way they see them and use that as a basis to behave in a certain way will withdraw all those positives and ensure that you don't get them from them. Men love to be respected. It is their due. When you respect a man, you respect your husband. His love for you is assured. His protection for you is assured. His provision for you is assured. There is no way he's going to deny you all those things. Love your husband. Respect him. And he will love you back. The second special thing every man cherishes, or every husband cherishes, is support. Men loves to be supported. Yes, a man is the main provider of the home. Normally we would say the breadwinner. But in our times, in recent times, that role has become so challenging that unless perhaps the man has various streams of income. So then it becomes very unnecessary that to the man. He can even say that I want my wife to remain home, take care of the family, or take care of family things around the house. I will go and work because my streams of income are several. There are some women who would actually not want to stay at home. They would still want to work. So for you supporting your husband by way of earnings, income, by way of encouragement, words that are motivational, words that are encouraging, words that are self-esteem boosting, those ways of supporting your husband are very much needed and cherished by a man. When a man sees that in a woman, he feels very encouraged. He thinks that, yes, I have a very strong backbone. I have somebody who is always there for me when I go to work. If something happens and I begin feeling so low, feeling so down, it is this woman, this unique partner I have who tells me to be strong, who tells me to not worry, who tells me not to be discouraged, and that everything will begin falling in its right place very soon. That kind of support is of much value to every man. Now, the third other thing is being appreciated. Every man loves being appreciated for efforts they put in. When you recognize the efforts of a man or your husband, it gets your husband's self-esteem, becoming boosted. It gets your husband or your man made to actually feel that his or her efforts are valued and cannot be compared to any other. You hold them in high esteem. You hold your husband in higher appreciation. You appreciate when he does something to you or for you. You find it so easy saying thank you. There are times when you would actually want to pray for him. My husband, come, let me pray for you. Now look at me, just look into my face. I'm telling you this. Do you know how much I love you? You see things like this, your husband. Everything in him that gets triggered is always with a positive feeling. Your husband needs this. He cherishes being appreciated. That man you are with, he cherishes being appreciated. Appreciate him. He will love you back. Now, the fourth unique thing is authority. Men are destined to be individuals with authority. That's how God designed man. That's how God designed the nature of man. Men love to be in power. Men love to be in charge. Now, what do we see? We find most men trying hard to compete with their husbands. Most women trying to compete with their husbands. Trying to get to, they struggle with their husbands for over everything. It is not healthy for your relationship. Allow your husband to lead. If there is any form of advice you want to give it to him. Tell him what you think. Happy, I think when we do this thing this way, it will help. When you allow your husband or your man to lead, it makes him also want to seek your opinion, to seek your advice, to want to listen to you when you have anything, to share with him. But when you try to challenge his authority, you lose those privileges. Men love to be in authority. Support them. If you have a husband or a man who feels that you are actually becoming a stumbling block in his way because anything he decides or whatever he shares, you're kicking away, you're kicking overboard. The truth is, he's beginning to feel fed up. Allow him to lead. Observe what he's doing and make your inputs. He will listen to you. Now, the final thing is, men love their families. Every husband loves his family. Men who are very responsible, men who are so thoughtful, men who really see the need of raising a family. Once that setup is established, they never take that for granted. They cherish their families. Men love to provide. Men love to protect their families. Men love to do everything and anything for as long as those things are healthy, profitable, very beneficial. They would go every mile to ensure that particular thing is done for the security of the family. You can't take this from any man. 5 very unique things that men cherish. Those are what we have discussed. And the first thing is men love being respected. Men love being supported. That's the second. The third, men love being appreciated. You just let your husband or your man know that what he has actually done has some value, has some weight. Letting your man realize that you've seen this is of so much benefit to him. The fourth, men love to be in authority. You can't take that from any man. Men love to be in charge. It is their natural makeup. It is part of their being. The final thing is men love to, be in charge, manage their families. You have a husband who takes these 5 things very seriously. Note that he's not in the wrong. Those things are real and they are true. So help make them happen in your husband's life, in your man's life. Give them to him. Allow him to enjoy them. He will love you back. He will cherish you. He will make you feel very special. He will never take you for granted. I thank you so much for having watched me to this end. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do right away and be part of the community we are building. Until I come your way another time, I encourage you to maintain a positive attitude, throw away all negatives, and remain focused on your goals. You will surely achieve them. Take good care of yourself. See ya.